Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's Know Before You Grow video, we're talking flower and switching the plant over and how that changes everything. So before we get into today's video, folks, if you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up if you like the video, leave a comment in the comment section, stop by, say hi, ask a question, all that good stuff down in the comment section below. All right, folks, so today we're talking flower. So the tent has officially switched to flower. So what does that mean? You've switched to flower, now what? Well, now it's time to pay attention to that calendar. So before, when you're in the veg, you kind of just do whatever, you kind of go. And once you're past the seedling phase, you can go to infinity and beyond, so to speak, when it comes to the veg stage. And you can literally keep a plant in veg forever. That's how it works with these plants. And so now that you've switched the light, you've made that commitment to flower the plant. And that plant is now actively going to start flowering. So what does that mean? Well, it's eating different food, right? So last video we talked about feeding it boost. You're going to give more boost just as frequently as you were feeding during the veg, but now you're switching the formula. You're also going to want to make sure you're giving that plant potassium. You're still a little bit of nitrogen, but not a lot, and you're really focusing on phosphorus and potassium. CalMag is a must, and that has enough nitrogen in it really to kind of offset everything you need. The next thing you're going to be worried about is the time. And like I said, you're going to focus on that calendar now. So the first 2 weeks, I call it pre-flower. It's when the plant is transitioning from the veg to the flower. You're going to start seeing signs. Now, if you start seeing signs of a male plant, unfortunately, you're going to have to get rid of that plant. So what can happen is they can hermy. I guess that's the term that a lot of folks use. But essentially, it has both male and female parts to the plant. And next thing you know, you've got problems in your tent. So this is when you're going to want to be on the lookout. These first 2 weeks into flower, these plants are going to identify themselves. If you had a bad seed or it just happens sometimes, that's something you need to be aware of. You need to be looking for it now. And the reason I focus in on the calendar is typically 8 weeks of flower is going to give you a solid product. So if you don't know what you're looking at when it comes to the flower, like, looking at the trichomes, looking at those crystals, making sure that you get that amber cloudy coloring, and that's when you harvest. And harvest can vary. Some plants will harvest a little sooner, some plants you'll harvest a little later. If you're doing two varieties, don't expect them to be done at the exact same time. That's just the reality of it. Genetics play a huge role in this. But one of the things that you can set your calendar by is, about 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, you really need to start dialing in. And if you don't know what you're doing, the calendar is your best friend, because at some point, you're going to know, like, all right, I've been in flower for 8.5, 9 weeks. If I cut now, I'm going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to have an okay product. Could you have pushed it to 10 or 11? Sure, if that genetic needs a lot longer time. Heck, it could be already past due. What if that was a quick flower plant and you should have harvested at week 6? Now you're at week 8.5. So that's why I say 8 weeks, you really can't go super wrong with it. So pay attention to the calendar. If you're new to this, get yourself a jeweler's loupe. Look at these trichomes. Look at all that stuff. Before I give you the last tip, I want to give you today's video sponsor, Mars Hydro. I would like to thank today's video sponsor, Mars Hydro. They keep the lights on for us here on the farm and for this indoor grow series. Check out our friends at marshydro.com, link in the description of the video. Are you guys looking for a new light, or maybe you're just starting out? Check out Mars Hydro. They have everything you need, from the FCE 3000 to the Advanced Grower FC 6500 light. If you guys are looking for a tent of any and all size, they have them. They also carry inline fans and heat mats for smell control, for cool areas, and of course ventilation. Check out our friends at Mars Hydro. Link in the description of the video, marshydro.com. Check them out. And again, a big thank you to our friends at Mars Hydro. All right, folks, and the last tip when it comes to switching to flower is just being ready for anything. And when I say that, it really comes down to everything I taught during the veg stage and then some on the flower stage. Pests are a completely different ball game when it comes to flower. If you're in pre-flower, you can still spray, but once you get past that, it's kind of good bug versus bad bug or full removal. I don't spray, but everybody's different. You know, you can. There's some products out there that swear you can. I don't personally. The next thing that's going to be on your mind is mold. I've talked about it so much in other videos, but that is literally the heartbreaker. Mold can break you. I mean, it can break you from all the work that you've done. It shows up, humidity levels spiked. Next thing you know, you've got mold. You've got yourself a real big problem. And in a contained area, it can spread very, very fast. And that's when you need to remove that entire branch or whatever it infects and get it out of there. Try to do a disinfectant if you can, like on the walls of the grow room where the spores could stay, and just really hope that it didn't get anywhere. That's probably my biggest tip, is be on the lookout for mold. This is when it can really just break your heart. All this work you've done and mold shows up right at the end and ruins your flower harvest. So folks, again, another quick video. I hope you enjoyed today's video topic. If you guys have questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. I'm trying to get to you guys. It's busy here on the farm. I'm working on it. The channel's been doing great. I appreciate all your support. If you guys are looking for discount codes to any of our friends, that's going to be down in the description as well. Check out our Only Plants channel, and I will see you in another video. Take care.